morning everyone, it's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking reading. I still haven't got myself organised to do any additional readings yet, but I will get there. This might take a little bit of time, so rather than not do any, I'll still do your What's Cracking reading. We're going to use the Rider-Waite Tarot for your reading this morning. As I always do, a big thank you for all your support. I know many of you have been around right from the beginning. I know your names. I feel like I know you. So I just want to say thank you for supporting me. All right, we have lively cards today. I have a lot of lively love cards coming through, but there's some sort of caution coming through with that. So you're probably going to get some sort of love reading with a bit of a take it easy, watch yourself. Let's have a look. All right, so we have the Six of Swords coming through. So the Six of Swords is a card that talks about moving away from something. It's a card that sort of implies that you've learned a lot of lessons, but it's time to move on. This is sort of something you're going to do and you're not going to return to. Because you have other people in the boat with you, it could mean that you're moving on from a relationship where you're taking your children. But I always see this as sort of more the way you are, who you are as a person, like your inner child, your outer self, that type of thing, and the lessons you've learned. We do see, though, that you're moving from what I see as tumultuous waters into quite calm waters, which means or implies whatever you're doing is taking you to something better. Yeah. So for some of you, you have done a lot of work on yourself. I almost want to say you've been diligent with this. I think a lot of the time when we come out of things or we're unhealed, we tend to sort of blame everything else around us. But once we understand that there are things within us that we need to heal, then it changes the game. We've all done it, where you've woken up one day and thought, this is just repeating a behaviour that perhaps I need to address now. It's so much easier and so much less painful to sort of hold other people responsible. But when you get this card, it's you recognizing your inner demons and understanding now there's time to do work at a deeper level. And I love this because whatever you're doing here in all three of these cards is leading to something more with the Magician. It always gives me the power, the feeling of taking that power in hand and being able to get what you want. A lot of the time when we're unhealed or we have blockages or ideas about ourselves that don't really resonate with us anymore because we've changed, we release a lot of stuff within ourselves. And that could be in a physical sense where, you may have, been able to release, say, a lot of emotion. But often it's just releasing the energy that we've trapped within us. We hold on to it believing somehow that it's ours. So if you have sort of an idea about yourself, you may be still hanging on to that, believing it's part of who you are. And the Magician is coming in here saying now that whatever it is you've budged, whatever you've moved, you're now able to go forth and manifest what you want. See this? Standing in your truth. Knowing who you are at the deepest level. This isn't just about clarity and honesty. It's about really knowing who you are. That's why I love this card. It represents being the truth. Again, it's not about being honest. It's about being true to who you are, knowing who you are. We grow up very often not really knowing who we are. And that's really hard, like those times when you sort of stand there and you realize that you don't even know what you want in that moment. When the Ace of Swords comes through, yeah, look at this. You definitely are doing it, girl. That was timely, wasn't it? And I've got something floating across the screen. The Empress for me talks about really standing in your power, wanting to birth new things, wanting to bring forth what you've always wanted. I can't believe that my alarm went off at that exact moment. That's one of my favourite songs. So coming up is the Empress, and I feel like we've been seeing a little bit of this lately, where you're feeling now that you can go after what you want because you really understand that you are standing in your own truth. You know what you want and you know how to get it. All right, where are we going? Oh, so the Tower. It's a card I really love. And somebody else said to me not so long ago, I really love the Tower. Why? Because it means that you're breaking down all those old social constructs, all those ideas about who you are. It's a complete breaking down and rebuilding of whatever it is. Now, if you're moving away from a relationship or a situation or just that side of you that doesn't serve you anymore, you are breaking everything down for a brand new start. When the Tower appears, it says your foundation is faulty. What you've built things on is not where you need to go. So you've got some idea, some construct, some illusion, something that's holding you back that you're now understanding you need to release to move to the next phase. Beautiful card to get at that point. And for some of you, this is just about releasing the past. I can feel it here. So here we go with the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Cups, which all jumped out at me in a slightly different order at the beginning of the reading. So they were definitely meant to come out. Now, I feel like some of you could be making your way towards a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I feel like somehow or another something has happened. Now, what I'm feeling here is either you have left behind a person to go after what you want, or you've left behind perhaps an idea of love to go towards a person because you now feel that they are right for you. There's a real, I want to say this feels to me like maybe you've been in a relationship where you realize you're not being loved. Or maybe you're going through life without your Ace of Swords. Maybe somehow or another you've been tricked into believing you're not worthy of the cup, or that you can't love yourself for whatever reason. It really surprises me still for all the people I do coaching with. When I talk about loving themselves, they make faces at me or look at me in horror because they really don't know how to love themselves. They know how to love their children. So I always say, if you know how to love your children or your parents or anybody else around you, then you should have that same level of love for yourself. And if you don't, then this needs to happen. Because if you're going to build up this idea of loving yourself, you're going to attract somebody to you that knows or recognizes that love within you. This is why we say work on yourself when something's happened, because the only way you're going to attract new love is being in this vibration. If you're still in this vibration trying to attract new love, guess what? You're going to attract somebody else who's the same. So remember, you're only attracting to you what you are vibrating with. And that's why the Magician comes through, because he says you're vibrating in that energy of love and you can bring love to you. Now, it could be that you're dealing with a water sign. It could be that you are building self-love. But whatever this is, it's taking you into a whole new realm of energy. And then we have the lovely Seven of Swords. Now, for me, the Seven of Swords is a card that really sits true with its original meaning. It's about trying to get away with something. I don't feel here, because you've got the Six of Swords before this, and there's an Ace of Swords between the 6 and the 7. I don't think you're doing anything that's perhaps untoward here. But maybe there is a little warning here about going after love when you're not ready. Sometimes we race out of a relationship and all we want to do is be with someone new. We've all done it because we're lonely, we're unhappy, we're in a low vibration. So sometimes we just want to race towards that next cup. And maybe that's what's happening here. I don't feel this is somebody doing the wrong thing by you. I feel like this is almost doing the wrong thing by yourself. All right, let's see what we've got. The 10 of Cups coming through. Very nice with the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man and the Tower. There we go. How to invest in yourself here with the 6 of Pentacles. The energy here very much tells me that it's time to really take time out for yourself. I feel like you're trying to attract somebody new in. You're trying to attract love in. And the universe saying to you here, you have to see things differently. Because what's happening here is you're trying to get out of an old pattern of thinking or an old way of seeing things in order to get to your 10 of Cups. This is about investing in yourself. Maybe you're a person who always invests in everybody else at your own destruction. We've all been there too, that people pleasing, Well, thinking that people pleasing is right instead of understanding it's a trauma response. So if you're still people pleasing, then you are not investing in yourself. You may be worrying about conflict. You may be worrying that people won't love you if you don't give. But actually that's not true. All right, let's just move on. There's a choice to be made here about moving away, and we can see that with the Six of Swords here, that focusing on the future. All right, so for some of you it definitely is to do with your past, either past relationship or past hurts and pains. Now I feel like you're getting yourself ready for new love. If this isn't somebody in your life already, then I feel like you're about to move into a new time. I might put some more cards on it because I can feel that energy. So you're being asked to move forward. You're being asked to focus on yourself, to be able to manifest something here. And once you are standing in your truth, you are manifesting this side of yourself that maybe you haven't realized before. That Empress, she knows how to love herself. That doesn't mean she goes and has a massage, although she may, and looks after herself in that regard. That's about, self-love is about really loving who you are, not looking in the mirror and being scared to see yourself, but loving every part of you, regardless of anything you've ever been through. Loving yourself for your flaws and faults. Loving yourself purely because it's okay to be you. Falling in love with yourself is an adventure. It's not something that you can make faces at or feel disgusted with, and if you're at that point, then that tower really does need to take place there. All right, let's have a look at this new love coming in. Coming in rapidly too. You've got an Emperor coming in with the Nine of Cups. Look at that. So we have somebody coming in very, very rapidly here. This person can see you shining. They can see you shining. Now, we did have the Empress here, and I now have the Emperor in your reading. So it's somebody significant coming towards you here in a very big hurry. More than likely in the next air season. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy coming through rapidly. The Emperor is somebody who's seen you shine. They've seen your light shine. They know who you are. You're glowing. The Magician says you're manifesting something very, very beautiful here. Nine of Cups tells me it's a wish come true. So hold on to your horses, because somebody is coming at you with that Ten of Cups there. What a beautiful reading. This is somebody who's going to love you at the level you're at with the Emperor. They see your Empress energy. That is what they're coming for. All right, let's just pull a card from the Rumi Oracle. Oh, straight away. She offers the sacred wine, so drink. $32. Oh, it's a poem too. A big one. O wine giver of enlightened hearts, offer me the wine of your kindness, for this is the reason you have brought me here from the desert of oblivion. O beautiful wine giver, pour me the wine that gives me insight. Offer me the wine from the sea of love, and fill my heart with pearls. Pour it into my heart until I shred the veil and go beyond reason. My spirit is consumed by judgment, and my life is reduced by thoughts. Pour that precious wine over the frozen cries of skeptics until their words become warm and their nays become yays. It says, will you say yes to me? I want to take you with me on a wild adventure. There we shall be, tripping, stumbling, falling like fools, laughing at our most unconstrained laughter as we drink the sweetest of offerings. Raucous and silly shall we be, though undoubtedly we are from the noblest and most royal lineage. Nonetheless, standing inside the tavern, warm and illuminated by the golden hearth fire, we will hold on to each other, barely able to stand up straight, crying with so much laughter, sweet wine coursing through our blood. Beloved, you are being offered a gift that is beyond your understanding. This gift is from the hand of the divine beloved, an offering to you that will lift you beyond what you have known into the next opening of your inner eye, of your heart, of your soul, so that it may caress the earth with the light of heaven. This way may sound wonderful. Indeed it is. So will you accept the gift that is coming to you, the offering that the sacred feminine brings you to now? Wow, what a journey this is for you. This oracle comes with guidance for you. Are you having fun yet? Well, you may need to wash your hair and tend to your accounts. That is fine. You may even need to count your fingers and toes. But over and over again, beloved, surely you can find some time in between the endless to-dos of your to-do list to throw a tantrum and come dancing with me instead. Your honour and commitment, discipline and focus are certain to be rewarded with some uninhibited nonsense, hopefully. Come, put aside that seriousness for a moment or more and allow the wild child in you to take your body and soul for a spin. Together, let's go and paint the town the colour of love. How beautiful is that? I'll leave you with it. Thank you.